You're not teaching a language to your students. You're teaching it to the small part of their mind that can actually keep up. And that part is far smaller than you think. Here's the single most useful idea in language teaching, and almost nobody says it out loud. Learners don't learn from what they hear. They learn from the sliver of it they can actually process in the moment. Grow that sliver and everything speeds up. Ignore it and you can talk all day and change nothing. Let me make that concrete, because once you see it, you'll teach differently tomorrow. A toddler hears hundreds of sentences a day, every waking hour, from people who slow down for her, and it still takes years. Why so slow with that much language around her? Because the amount was never the point. In 1967, a linguist named Pete Corder split one word into two. Input, that is everything a learner is exposed to, and intake, the parts they can actually connect to meaning in real time, as it flies past. Input is the flood, intake is the trickle that gets in. Only the trickle becomes language. And the trickle is tiny. Watch this. A beginner hears the professor gives way too much homework. Easy sentence, you'd think. But early on, here's what actually lands. Professor, give homework. 3 words. The rest washes straight through as noise. Weeks later, the same sentence. Now, too much gets through too. Later still, they finally catch the smallest word in it, the. Here's the part that stops people. That word, the, is one of the hardest things in the sentence to acquire. 3 letters, the most common word in English maybe, and a nightmare to process. That's because the is hiding a stack of jobs. It marks a specific thing, the dogs, not just dogs. It signals both people already know which thing. It can only sit in certain slots. The learner's mind has to quietly tag all of that onto 3 letters, and it simply can't yet. There's no room, so it drops the and keeps the word that can carry the meaning. That's intake. The mind takes what it can carry and lets the rest fall. So here's what flips. The outside world controls the input. You do, the teacher, the playlist, the podcast, but the learner controls the intake. You can pour in an ocean. What actually gets in is rationed from the inside by how much they can hold and what they can already handle. Which is why immersion alone can quietly fail. Play Spanish radio 24 hours a day to a beginner and they learn almost nothing. Too little language. Not too little language, too much, too fast, and almost none of it is convertible. Now the useful part. If intake is the real bottleneck, you stop asking how much can I expose them to and start asking how much can they actually take in. And that you can control with 4 levers. 1. Make it understandable. If they can't connect it to meaning, it's noise, and noise teaches nothing. Comprehension isn't the prize at the end of the lesson, it's the thing doing the building. 2. Lighten the load. Slower, shorter, repeated. One new thing at a time. Every bit of room you free up in their working memory is room for something new to get in. 3. Meet them where they are. They won't process the until the nouns around it are automatic. You can't skip the cue. Teach the next thing they are ready for, not the next thing on the syllabus. 4. Be frequent and consistent. The forms that get grabbed are the ones that show up often and mean the same thing every time. Say it a lot. Say it the same way. None of it is about doing more. It's about aiming better. A learner was never a sponge soaking up whatever is nearby. A learner's is a narrow doorway, letting in one piece at a time, in an order their mind decides. Your job was never to flood the room.